Today we are going to be looking at solving logarithmic equations with logs on both sides. So let's look at the first one. So in this first one, it's pretty much simplified where there's a single log on both sides. But we do have this coefficient here that we need to take care of. So that's going to come up as an exponent. So log base 10 of 36 to the 1/2. Remember, to the 1/2 is the same thing as saying the square root. So log base 10 of x plus 5. And so log base 10 of 36, square root of 36 is 6. And so the other side we didn't do anything to change. Our goal is to get to where we have a single logarithm with no coefficients on both sides. And once we have that, then by taking and raising it, basically what we're saying, we're going to raise it to both of them as the exponent. It cancels out the logarithms. Basically, only way this is going to be equal is if these two portions are equal. So we're going to set them equal. So 6 equals x plus 5. Now I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. And so x is equal to 1. The one thing that you need to be careful about is you always need to check to make sure that number is not going to cause one of the logarithms to have a negative after it. And so 1 plus 5 is positive, so that's going to work. So that is our answer. Now let's do another one. So we don't have a single logarithm on the left side. We need to combine these two to create a single logarithm. Just like we were condensing equations last week, we're going to be condensing these also. So log base 8 of 4 times x minus 1 equals log base 8 of 71. Now we need to distribute to both parts. So log base 8 of 4x minus 4 is equal to log base 8 of 71. Now we set these two pieces equal to each other. 4x minus 4 is equal to 71. Solve the equation. Some of these equations are going to be linear based and some are going to be exponential, so just be patient, be prepared for either way. And divide both sides by 4. X equals 75 fourths. So now we need to check and see, is 75 fourths going to give me a negative? And then so I need to plug it in. And that is greater than 1, so no, it will not. I want you to do this one on your own. In case you didn't see what you did wrong, here is how you would work through that problem. Let's look at this next one. This is an example of one that we're going to actually have to use quadratics to help solve. So the how we were solving either with quadratic formula, or you can do factoring. To help solve these, you can. So start off with this being added over here, so we need to combine with multiplication. So log base 9 of x times x plus 2 is equal to log base 9 of 15. Distribute. So log base 9 of x squared plus 2x is equal to log base 9 of 15. So now we have log base 9 on both sides, so we set the answer portion equal to each other. And so we have x squared plus 2x equals 15. Now we need to move the 15, because we're dealing with quadratics, everything needs to be on the same side. So subtract 15 from both sides. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. I'm going to use the box method to help me solve this. And so if you remember right on the box method, we're looking to see what factors. And so the x squared would go here, the negative 15 would go here. Negative 15x squared. What numbers are going to multiply to give me negative 15x squared that will combine to give me a positive 2x? Well, if I did positive 5x and a negative 3x, that would work. And look and see what can factor out of my first row was x. My second row was a positive 5. First column was x. My last column is negative 3. So that means my two factors are x plus 5 and x minus 3 equals 0. We're going to set each of those equal to 0. So that means x is equal to negative 5. X minus 3 equals 0. That means x would equal 3. Now we got to go back up to the top and look and see, is this going to give us a negative for either one? If I was to plug it in, would either of those answers give me negative? So negative 5. If I was to plug it in for either of these x's, would it give me a negative? And yes, it would. So this is extraneous. If I plug a 3 in, it will not. So that means 3 is my answer. I want you to work number 5 on your own. So looking at number 5, when we combined it, you would have ended up with the two factors being x plus 5 and x minus 2. And when we check that negative 5, it's going to cause it to be negative in both spots. So that's extraneous, leaving our x equals 2 as our answer.